Hey guys, welcome back. We're on lesson 2, metric conversions. Let me throw this in presentation mode real quick. All right. There it is. All right. So the whole goal of today's objectives is to solve metric conversions using our prefix chart. So hopefully you've already looked at this once already because it's all one big slideshow. Maybe you looked ahead. That's awesome. Our next slide here is just a quick introduction to the metric system. The video is very helpful. It's really short. It's just an idea of why we use these units of measurements in science. It's a fun video. Once again, you have a stop and write. In your daily work, make sure you're checking this stuff out and filling it in. This video is very, very important here, this stop and watch. The gentleman in the video uses a metric chart that's a little different than the one I made, but the information is really good. He breaks it down on how to solve these metric conversions in a very, very simple way. And hopefully when I do my demonstration myself, you can kind of pick between the two of us which one works best for you. So here we go. This is the metric prefix chart I made for us. What I would do at this point is find a piece of paper, copy this down. It's a lot of information on there, but it's very helpful. I will also upload a PDF copy of this, so if you want to use that, that's fine also. But if you prefer to write on your own notebook paper, this will hands down be the best way to do any kind of metric conversion you come across in the coming weeks. So we have our symbols, we have our prefixes, our base units of meters, liters, and grams, and once again, prefixes and symbols. So let's check out a few examples. All right, so let's pull up our first example here, make it full screen. Well, so here we have our chart. I gave an example problem. We're going to try to convert 4 liters into milliliters. Now, you may be thinking, man, there's a lot going on here. I don't know where to begin. The first thing I always do is look at what units I have and what units I want to get to. So I notice I have liters, which I know from the videos before is a base unit. I found liters right here. And then I want to find out where am I trying to get to. And to do that, I need to look at the prefix, which is usually the letter, or not usually, it's always the letter that comes before the base unit. So here I see a little lowercase m. I'm looking across my symbols. That one's capital, so I'm not going to go there. All the way across, here we go. Lowercase m, milliliters. So I know I have to get from this block here all the way to this block here. From here, it's just like when we were moving the decimal point around in the scientific notation problem. So what I'll do, before I do any moving, I'm going to take the number I have, which is a 4. I'm just going to write it to the side here. And I know that 4 to the right of it will have a decimal point for 4.0, for example. Now, you're probably thinking, how do I convert? There's a lot going on. What do I do with all this? You'll notice there's some hash marks. We got one here, big one's here, and I'm trying to end here. So just like the loops and valleys, the points and valleys from moving in scientific notation, I'm going to take my pen from where I started, liters, and I'm going to make valleys until I get to where I want, which is milliliters. So 1, 2, 3. So what that tells me is I moved it 3 places to the right. And I can just like before, I'm going to fill in these valleys with zeros. I'll take those zeros and write them here. 2, 3. Think of it like that. There's my decimal point. So I started here. I moved them. I got to move them on my original one. 1, 2, 3. And my new number is 4,000. That's a comma, not a decimal point. So I know 4 liters equals 4,000 milliliters. Let's try another one. Let's see here. All right, we're back with the second problem. Let's make it full screen. Here we go. I have 2,000 meters that I want to convert into kilometers. So once again, I got to figure out where am I going to start. We have M is for meters. So I know I'm going to start here right on my base units. And K, I got to look for K on my symbols. There's K for kilo. I know I want to end right there. So once again, I need to write 2,000 with my decimal point. So this is just what I started with. I got to figure out how am I going to move this decimal point. Well, if I know I start at meters and I got to end at kilometers, I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3. So I take this decimal point, I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3. And it ends right there. So my answer is 2.0 kilometers, or just 2. Once again, I will hit pause, we'll set up a next problem, and we'll go from there. All right, we're back one more time. Here we go, full screen. Third example. We have 400 centimeters trying to convert into meters. Now notice this time is the first time we've had a prefix that is not a base unit. It's still the same though, I just got to figure out where do I start and where do I finish. So I know I got to look for C across the prefixes. There is C for centimeter, different color. So I know I'm going to start at C. Where do I end? M for meters. Don't get it confused with milliliters because there's no other symbol afterwards. So remember, a symbol or a prefix would always come before. So I know I'm going to end here. Once again, I will write my given. I was given 400. At the end of 400 is a decimal point. You write that number. So if I go from centimeters to meters, I got to move it 1, 2 places, just like that. And I'll move this one 1, 2. That's where the new decimal point goes. 400 centimeters equals 4.0 meters, or just 4 like before, 4 meters. Pause one more time, we'll do one more example. All right, we're back for the final example before you try your independent practice. Let me get this in full screen. Let's check this one out. So I'm just reading what do I have. I have 50 M. My prefix is milli. 50 M-I-L-L-I, and little m for our base unit for meters. And I want to convert 50 millimeters into, let's see, C is centimeters. Cool. So once again, let's identify where I need to start from. I'm starting at millimeters. Here's M for milli. And I'm just trying to go to centi. Not far, right? Just one place over. Again, before I start converting anything, I'm just going to write down the unit that I have. In this case, it is 50. I'm going to put that decimal point right at the end there. And let's see how many points I move it. Just 1. So just one spot on the original gives me 5.0 centimeters or just 5. I hope that was helpful. If you still need more assistance, please make sure you're coming to office hours. And that is all.